Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Best to Brush from the Diecast channel. And for today, we're going to do a painting work for the Warp Lightning Cannon. This unit comes from the Skaven Vanguard box set, and it is a war machine with a structure or form like a trebuchet. And from the box set itself, you have multiple choices between building a Warp Lightning Cannon or a Plague Cloud. And also you will have various form of the structure, whether you will make the higher structure or maybe the flat structure based on this uh, triangular structure, whether you will use which sides to be the basis. So without further ado, let's continue with our painting process. So for the first part, we're going to color the wooden beam which make up the structure using the Rhinoxide base, just to give this darker color and give a more old impression on the wood itself. Once we've done with the Rhinoxide color, we're going to continue dry brushing using the Sylvanet bark dry, and then dry brush all over the surface of the wooden part so that we get a more texture like this one on the left side. The dry brush results certainly give extra highlight and more sharp looks into the surface texture of the wood itself. Now, beside these two wooden structure, I also color the wooden wheels, which I made in two colors: the more unsaturated brown color and the one with more brownish saturated color, which I made to give impression of a younger wood compared to this one, which is already broken and like worn out of use. So for this wheel, I use Doombull brown and then wash it using the soft tone, which should give a more shade and into the recess area. Now let's continue with more details. I'm gonna use lead belcher to color the blade and also spikes that come out of the every pieces of this structure. And on the next part, we will give heavy wash on all over the metallic parts using Agrax Earthshade to give a darker shade and also more matte look. For the front spike grill, I will use Army Painter rough iron to give it more black metallic color, while the spike and the blade I will still using lead belcher. Last yet quite important part of this final step is the cable that dangling all around the structure. And to color this, we are going to use corn red, because this is red. It has a purplish red, and should give much sharp contrast toward the dark brown structure. Once we've done with the wooden structure and the wheels and most of the details, we will leave this work and do the finishing later. Now let's move to the next part, which is the main cannon, the warpstone, and also the barrel of the cannon. So I'm going to use warpstone glow for this warpstone itself in the middle and the front side, and then for the main structure I'm going to use a screaming bell. So let's do the work. And then we will use technical Tesseract Glow to wash over all the warpstone and give an extra shade and highlight. This is a green to yellowish color. We will also use Tesseract Glow to cover the marking all around this area. So here is the current state of our work on the cannon. We've already done coloring warpstone for the stone and also the tip of the cannon, and for the body of the cannon we use screaming bell, and for the additional color I use rune road brush for the valve on the back side, also the barrel and the mesh covering the barrel. The barrel itself is supposed to have the warpstone glow, and I will later color it using layer to give it more greenish color. And there's also several cable installment which I color using blue, purple and red to give a different usage of each cable. And there's still several parts that haven't been colored, and we'll continue our work on this part. And also later we just have to do some retouching and finishing for this part before we continue assembling all of the structure of the war machine. Now I'm going to keep up with the details on a few remaining parts before we continue with the assembling process. Once we've done with all the parts, we can now continue to assemble them into one maker structure. For the first design, I will use the mid section. So using the medium size of the side with the medium distance as the base structure. And so this is the final result after the assembly. You can see the grandeur size of the war machine standing on these big large spaces. So you can also see all the small details and also the small spikes that protruding from the structure. To attach the structure and also into the base, I use the blue tape because later I wish to this item could be disassembly and much more easier to be stored. In addition, I also add several mud into the wheels, so it will be look much more dirty, more realistic with with some extra dirt into the base of the wheels. And so we can move on to the final part of this structure, and that is to color the crew that will be mounting the war machine. We have 3 red Clanrat crew, and so let's just continue to color them. For the flash, I use Blood River flash, and then the tails I color it using Bugsman's Blue. And for the cloth, I'm using Venom Worm from the Army Painter, and the metallic part I'm still using Lead Belcher. And for the navigation tools, I'm still using Runelord Bless to give it the same theme and color as the metal that was used on the structure, the war machine structure. I'm going to give a white on the lens for the lens area later, so I'm gonna let it unpainted for now. And finally we're done with the Clanrats. They look astonishing with a combination of green and black color. The green for the lower area and the black for the upper area, and also some lead belcher for the metallic side. You can also see I'm using lead belcher for the nozzle of the gas mask, and the hose are colored using beige color using karak stone. Also give a lens some gradation on the lens to give them a more impression of a lens reflection. Now I also for on their below on their foot I add a double tap so I can put them stand on the war machine. We finally reached the end of our project. The warp lightning cannon looked magnificently aesthetic with all the mega structure. The wooden structure looks so detailed, and all the wheels, and also the vibrant color of the cannon, and especially the Clanrat itself, which makes the war machine looks more crowded and populous. So if I measure this based on the difficulty, this unit is more medium to hard difficulty to be built and also to color, because even though the color there's much more similar color of the wooden, there's much more detailed metal plate all around the structure that needs to be painted. And also for the cannon itself, it's not much too difficult, but the detail also needs quite some effort. So I guess that's all for this project, and please keep in touch with our channel, because for the next episode we will do another best to brush for the Stormwind units. Okay, see you on another episode.